Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have an interesting topic for today's show in which it is discussing about updates from priorly discussed political topics. So let's get right into this. And um, I want to apologize. I want to apologize for how I'm talking, but as I said to you guys priorly, I've been having medical issues, and it's really been affecting my brain and my speech and stuff. So I apologize. Anyways, um, in regards to the border issue, there's been some improvements in which we all know that Title 42 ended. But before it ended, there's been a new policy put into place, and it's it's actually helped a little bit, because there's been a small improvement in regard to the southern border, and in which now it's been a significant decrease in the amount of illegal immigrants coming into this country from Mexico. And but that doesn't mean that the problem is fixed. We still got more work to do. Now, yes, President Biden has sent 1,500 troops to the southern border to help the Border Patrol agents that have a very difficult job. But there's still more work to get done, because we already still have a lot of illegal immigrants that are now in this country, overpopulating a lot of cities and states. And we now need to really do a lot more deportations to help with the overwhelming population of illegal immigrants that are in this country. And we need to help these cities and states deal with this population issue. And with that being said, we also need to help the immigration courts that are also overwhelmed because they're so backlogged with so many cases. So we need to help them too. And speaking of the courts, there's been one court in this in a southern state that put a temporary hold on a Biden law in which um, it was allowing a lot of immigrants that have paperwork to be released from the detention centers and let go into the society. And on the papers, it says that that person has to appear at a certain agency within 60 days. And that's a mighty long time. And that part needs to be worked on, because of the fact that the Border Patrol agents have to release that person into society. And 60 days is a mighty long time to wait to have to go to that agency. So that part really needs to be worked on, because to have to really wait that long, and that person can go anywhere within 60 days and stuff and do anything. And a lot of things can happen. That it's not properly done. You know, there's a, there's no proper process to deal that to deal with that. So the government needs to really fix that part. And so there's more work to still get done. Now, that's as far as for the border issue. But again, also, like I said before, when they're so focused on the southern border, they cannot lose focus about the northern part of the border as well, because there's a lot of illegal immigrants that are going from through Mexico and into other countries and then going into Canada to come into the United States illegally through the northern border uh, that separates Canada from the United States. So they can't lose focus on that portion either. So now that deals with that discussion. Now, in regards to the debt ceiling talks, right now there's a hold on the talks because of the fact that Democrats and Republicans can't agree on things. So, and time's ticking on this issue. So now President Biden said he would agree to a compromise with Republicans and agree to a small amount of some of their demands. And so, but that's not good enough for the Republicans. And, Democrats are strong on their stance and Republicans are strong on their stance. And so basically, the bottom line to this is, because there's a deadline, I think it's June 1st, but don't hold me to it. But um, I think that really the only result to happen is for President Biden to invoke the 14th Amendment. That's just the bottom line, because the law prevents the United States from defaulting on their debts. And so if Congress can't work something out, then President Biden has no other choice but to invoke the 14th Amendment and just bypass Congress on this issue. So, because defaulting on the debts, it would be devastating to the U.S. economy. So we want to avoid that. But it's like me personally, I don't wait till the last second on things, especially important things. And so if I was president of the United States, I would just say, you know what? This is obviously there's not going to be an agreement. So there's no other choice but for me to invoke the 14th Amendment, and then we just raise the debt ceiling, and then so that way we can work on the other issues, and then we can always come back to this topic at a later time and maybe do some improvements here and there that we can somehow work out. We'll have more time then to work on things. So, because that would be, looking at it in a business sense and just a society sense, an economic sense, that would be the smart move to do. Just invoke the 14th Amendment, work on the other important issues, come back to this topic later on, and to really try to work things out in a proper fashion, in a professional fashion and stuff. So, and to really save the economy, we already got enough problems as it is. We don't need to add more to it. So, so that's really the basic update as where things are right now. And I truly believe that, in my own personal opinion, I think the president is going to invoke the 14th Amendment and just bypass Congress, because time's ticking. Now, could there be an agreement made before the deadline? There's a chance, but it's a slim to none chance, but it is a small chance. So, but anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. You guys could check out all the items on there. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. That's AIHNY.com. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.